Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and The Flash released one final trailer ahead of its June release, and my oh my, do the visuals of this movie look so good, aside from an uninspired desert location that I think just really only looks so-so by comparison to everything else. Let's break down this footage shot by shot, because while a lot of it is stuff that we have seen before, there are quite a few new interesting Easter eggs and details that you might have missed. Now, we are close enough to the movie that I'm gonna avoid just trying to piece together the whole plot of the movie or retread over shots that I've talked about in past breakdowns. I'm just gonna be laser focused on the new stuff. Also, please grab one of our Miles Morales Multiverse Dive shirts over at nerdriot.shop and subscribe to the Deep Dive channel where I did a thorough analysis of the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman film, which I gotta say is required viewing before we head into this Flash movie.
Now you wanna get nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Okay, this final trailer opens with Barry Allen getting recognized by fans. These kids are covered in Flash pins, and it happens to be in front of a Philby's Cafe, which might be a reference to the character named Philby in The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. Really, the first fictional work that you could say popularized the concept of time travel. And judging by that flag on the door, Philby has made his cafe a safe space. Jeremy Irons returns as the DCEU Alfred Pennyworth in Bruce Wayne's hangar. On Alfred's screens is a schematic of Batman's motorcycle with a map of the city in front of him. So basically, Alfred's running point on whatever this chase mission that Batman's involved with in Gotham that he needs Barry's help with. Barry's eyepieces drop down, and you can definitely see a glowing heads-up display interface inside those goggles, which practically must have to move fast enough buffering-wise to keep up with Barry's speed to be able to navigate him. So even his technology has to be as fast as he is. Because you know, if it was just like Google Maps or Waze in there, Barry would totally outrun how slow that crap is. Because when it's me and I like veer off on an exit, it takes it like a solid 10 seconds to just know where I am. And with my ability to drive and navigate, it's like in the middle of a lake. I love the street stretching into this kind of hyperspace as he's about to take off. The pavement around Barry's foot, though, stays in place. Only the parts illuminated in yellow by a speed force, which seems to be the trigger that kicks him forward. If you go through this slingshot effect frame by frame, Barry's first lunge motion keeps him in the air as he continues to speed forward, so that really, in a single stride, he moves an entire city block. Barry explains to Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, that his ability to go back in time would allow him to change things, including saving Bruce's parents. Now, does this mean we might get a flashback to when it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I mean, it'd be pretty sick for him to show up here. But remember, this Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne must know that Barry will have traveled through time at some point, because in Batman v Superman, Barry visited Bruce through a portal to tell him that Lois Lane was the key. So this is why he doesn't completely stop him from going back in time, because he knows that's just part of fate and part of destiny. But he does say, while you're running through everything, just, leave that movie screening as is. Because I like being Batman. So then our Barry tumbles into this timeline where his mother Nora is still alive and his father Henry is not in jail for killing her. We see Barry chowing down on spaghetti because, as he told Bruce in Justice League, he needs to carbo load to restore his energy. Then our Barry sees this timeline's Barry doing the goofiest dance walk ever in the street, carrying what looks like a sack of laundry. I don't know why alternate Barry would be in the front yard based on where he was walking, but the grass makes the tackle softer. Now, in the bedroom before, I pointed out the posters for the other Warner Brothers films like Pacific Rim, but now in the upper left corner, there is a poster for Christopher Nolan's Inception, another movie that I just broke down on the deep dive. And I love this because while Nolan made Inception with Warner Brothers in 2010, Nolan angrily parted ways with that studio over Warner's decision to release its 2021 films on streaming. Nolan is now releasing Oppenheimer with Universal, but The Flash was shot pre-pandemic when Nolan was still a Warner guy. Now, the music over this trailer is Pink Floyd's Time from Dark Side of the Moon, a song that also opened Marvel's Eternals. It's one of my favorite classic rock tracks, and I always love hearing it. And while the lyrics totally apply to what Barry is going through thematically, kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown, feeling like time has passed him by, I've never really felt like tonally the rock chords of the song have matched any of these superhero films. Maybe it's just because for me, the music on its own creates a cinematic image in one's head. It kind of feels like it just sort of cheapens the song to make it the soundtrack needle drop. But I guess as I get older, I just kind of feel that way about most rock songs that are used in movies. Like leave Radiohead's Creep out of Guardians Volume 3. I realize I'm now an old man yelling at clouds. Or maybe I'm just the speaker in Pink Floyd's Time. But whatever, I do love hearing the song. And I will say it's really cool how this trailer syncs the editing to kicking around on a piece of ground with Kara stomping and kicking Zod. Geology is a 22-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Oprah Daily, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, and GQ. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Just take a quick 30-second diagnostic quiz, and Geology will create a simple and effective skincare or hair care routine customized just for you. Geology's co-wash and their deodorant are just so great, and I use them all the time. But right now, they're offering a special offer for a skincare sampler pack, and Geology skincare stuff is in a league of its own. Geology's line of skincare products can help you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, combat dark or puffy under eyes, have smoother, hydrated skin, and target signs of aging. There's never been a better time to try Geology than right now. For a limited time, use code Rockstars100 to get 100% off your personalized 30-day skincare sampler set. All you have to cover is the $4.95 for shipping. What a deal! On top of that, new Rockstars fans get an exclusive bonus offer of up to 50% off on an additional skin, hair, and body product of your choice when you add it to your trial. Click the link in the description or go to geolog.ie/Rockstars100 to get started. Barry tells the alternate Barry it's not Clark before Clark's Kryptonian cousin Kara Zor-El introduces herself, and Bruce Wayne offers his help too. I want to know who he's saying it's not Clark to, because these characters wouldn't really know of any Clark. But maybe when they broke into that facility, they thought they were getting Clark out of there, but found his cousin instead. And you'll notice how alternate Barry is suited up in one of Bruce's old bat suits, painting part of it red with the lightning bolt icon. This suit up seems to happen after they rescue Kara from that remote facility, which then would lead to the four heroes working together to stop Zod in this alternate timeline where there was no Kal-El to stop him from terraforming Earth in the events of Man of Steel. And yes, I did break down these 7 bat suits in the past trailers, but I just love that the third from the left remains scarred from the events of that 1989 film, from Batman's fight with the Jack Nicholson Joker. There's a great shot of Barry and the alternate Barry's twin speed forces emanating out from the two of them, boot to boot, one blue, one golden. I don't know why it's a different color other than just the practicality in this movie to tell the two of them apart, but later in the trailer it looks like we see what happens right after this, the two Barrys combining their forces to speed in the opposite direction to attack Zod's forces. We see Kara punching through a missile, and I love how whether it's this warhead or Zod's face, whatever she punches bends and smushes briefly before exploding, like in the Matrix when that helicopter smashes into the building, remember? And the glass just kind of undulated, looked awesome. I think my favorite shot in this trailer is just this clip of Ben Affleck Batman skidding along the bridge, his cable slicing off the sign of the roof of that taxi, and then he gets to his feet and he runs up the hood of the car into a leap where the cape expands. In the wider shot, you see how Batman on the motorcycle is chasing that armored truck, and they're going with the flow of traffic. Now though, he has swung over to the left side of the bridge where he's facing oncoming traffic. Then a shot of Bruce on his motorcycle with kids deboarding a school bus ahead, so he has to turn into a skid to swerve into the plaza on the left. The trailer ends with this clip.
You have fancy friends.
You know, it was an Uber. Oh, exact.
So in this alley in Central City, I assume, there's a sign that says Wiz, which could be a nod to Wiz with 1Z Comics, a label that published the early Captain Marvel Shazam comics when it was under Fawcett Publications. And across the street, there's a barber shop that looks like Grayson's, as in Dick Grayson and his family. Remember, there was that defaced Robin suit that Zack Snyder put in the Batcave in Batman v Superman. Many thought that this was meant to be Jason Todd, but Zack Snyder confirmed on Vero in November 2018 that his plan was for this Robin to be Dick Grayson. So if that continuity remains the case for this movie, there could be some other relative of the late Dick Grayson who runs a barbershop. Hey, a reminder to subscribe to our new channel, The Deep Dive, and support us by grabbing some merch at nerdriot.shop. Also subscribe to our new channel, The Break Room. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.